All righty. Greetings. Good evening. Mark Dixon here in the WFSB Channel 3 First Alert Forecast Center with our Tuesday night edition of First Alert Weather Extra here on WFSB Plus. Also streaming on the WFSB YouTube channel. In case you are perhaps new to this, we do these long-form deep dives into weather impacting us here in Connecticut on weekdays, 8 o'clock in the morning, then again at 9:30 at night. So let's get right into it. Today, of course, we had a little snow this morning, enough to accumulate in some parts of inland Connecticut, but then that was followed by some milder air and as well some rain. So didn't see a whole lot of accumulation. In fact, at our two climate reporting stations, only trace amounts of snow today were measured. So here's a look at the situation for snow so far for the season to date. 4.1 inches for Hartford, 4.5 inches so far for Bridgeport. So compared to normal, we're running nearly a 5-inch deficit for the Hartford area. Meanwhile, Bridgeport went from a surplus to now break even. And as soon as we get to tomorrow, also we'll have a deficit. So we do have the chance for some snow Friday night into early Saturday. We'll have a little bit more on that coming up in just a moment. Today, during the afternoon, temperatures made their way to the mid-30s inland and close to 40 along the 95 corridor, right in line with what we were forecasting for today. How does that compare to average? Normal high for today is 39, so a little bit below. And otherwise, we started the day with temperatures close to average. Normal is 23. So as we go forward in time, we do have some temperature swings as well to bring you. As we'll go from a little bit above average the next couple of days for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then chilly for Friday, and then even colder weather on tap for early next week. So for tomorrow, Wednesday, Christmas Eve, looking dry. It's going to be bright. The little hiccup for tomorrow is the wind, gusts between 30 and 40 miles an hour. So temps that peak, say 40, 42, will feel like the 30s during the afternoon when you factor in that wind. All right, fast forward to Thursday, Christmas Day, a day that will feature more clouds and sunshine, perhaps cloudier on the first half of the day, turning a little bit brighter through the afternoon, but otherwise mainly dry. And we're not saying entirely dry because we cannot rule out the chance for an isolated shower at some point, especially in the morning, but not going to be a big impact. Won't have a big impact across Connecticut. Then as we head into the final weekend of the year, we are tracking two time frames of interest. One is Friday night for some snow, and then Sunday for what could be a little bit of an icy mix at the onset going over to rain. Currently across the state, you can see a couple lingering flurries or a brief snow shower, say up along 84 near the Mass border. So this is basically the end of it. Things really winding down. But check out our temperatures compared to this time yesterday, say 91 westward. We're about 3 to 5 degrees warmer, but east of 91, we are 10, 12 degrees warmer compared to this time yesterday. So temperatures, current readings, they're in the mid-30s inland and still in the upper 30s and low 40s on the shoreline. So these temperatures really have not moved much over the past several hours, and we don't really anticipate them to drop much as well as we head through the overnight time frame. We've got a southwesterly wind, calm in many locations where it's up just around 2 to 5, 3 to 6 miles an hour. Nothing too terribly strong out there, so no real wind chill factor to speak of. So from Waterbury, a lot to take in here in that the roads are certainly wet. It's been damp. It's been kind of a drizzly evening. Again, a couple of rain or snow showers passing through, sitting at 33 degrees. So not the best visibility across Connecticut right now, but certainly not horrible either. But if you're out and about, roads are going to be certainly wet. Our view from Hartford, we're 36 stories up. We're looking into the eastern extent of Bushnell Park. That's where we find Winterfest. It was certainly a popular spot earlier today during our newscast. You could see a lot of people out on the ice. It's free ice skating. Still runs a little bit longer into early January, and it is free. Get Winterfest happening in our capital city. I think it's 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. There's our view from New Haven. You can see the Pearl Harbor Memorial Bridge lit up, 40 degrees in the Elm City. From New London, looks like we've got some raindrops on the camera lens, so kind of obscuring the view there. But wide view across the Northeast. You can see the snow that's been making its way across New England, basically traversing the region and on its way out. So northern New England, we've got temps in the 20s and low 30s, but look to our southwest. We've got 42 in Washington, D.C., 50 in Pittsburgh. Not thinking 50s for tomorrow, but we could get in the low 40s here across Connecticut. So hour by hour, as I outlined earlier, temperatures really are not going to drop much more. This particular trend shows perhaps going up a degree after midnight. So basically, we're going to be steady temperature-wise. So we're not overly concerned with all of that residual moisture freezing because temperatures, we're not expecting them to drop substantially. So little silver lining there. So certainly damp roads can also be slick, but we're not talking about icy conditions. If we were to, for instance, have a flash freeze, a rapid drop in temperature, then that would be something more concerning. First alert futurecast showing cloud cover eroding as we head toward daybreak tomorrow, and a decent amount of sunshine throughout the day tomorrow. Lots of clear sky for our Wednesday. So we've got the rain and snow showers wrapping up. Tonight, temperatures, again, not moving much from where we currently stand. And tomorrow, as this area of low pressure responsible for today's precip moves away, high pressure from across the Great Lakes will be building in. So between the two, get a bit of a squeeze play so that when northwesterly wind will be up, again, tomorrow gusting between 30 and 40 miles an hour. You can see by late morning, ramping up, and then once we get past the noon hour, the intensity of the wind begins to decrease. That's as high pressure gets a little bit closer. So highs for our Wednesday, mid and upper 30s across the hill towns of northwest and northeast Connecticut, elsewhere inland in the lower 40s, between 40 and 45 along the 95 corridor. So the wind tomorrow, remember, gusting between 30 and 40 miles an hour. Looking ahead to Christmas Day, Thursday, cloudy in the morning, perhaps a little bit brighter in the afternoon. Temperatures near tomorrow, perhaps down a couple degrees, but still seasonable. And while tomorrow's windy, Thursday, a little bit breezy, but certainly not as intense as the one that we're forecasting for tomorrow. All right, so we've looked at in depth tomorrow, Christmas Eve, Wednesday, Thursday, Christmas Day, more clouds and sunshine, especially in the morning, 40 degrees. Then Friday. Highs likely stuck in the mid and upper 20s, not getting out of that range. More clouds and sun. Daylight hours are dry, but it's Friday night into early Saturday that we could get clipped by some snow. So here's the latest on the model comparison. Left-hand side is the America model. That deeper shade of blue correlates to, of course, the higher snowfall totals, which are farther to the southwest from Connecticut. Meanwhile, the European model, right-hand side, shows that axis of heavier snow is a little bit farther north. So that's why Friday night and early Saturday is considered a time frame of interest. And what you're seeing here, 24-hour totals ending by noon on Saturday. So we'll continue to monitor for you, keep you updated on how this evolves. Meanwhile, once that wraps up, Saturday afternoon, mostly cloudy, some partial clearing, 30-35. Then Sunday, another system is going to pass by to our west. That one, given that its track to the west of Connecticut puts us on its mild side, means we may see at a point a little icy mix, but then as temperatures climb into the 40s, we go over to rain. So that's another time frame of interest, given that it's going to be a busy travel day. So we'll continue to keep you updated on that. Now, just keep in mind, it's only Tuesday right now. So we're looking at Friday night. We're also looking at Sunday for potential impacts. So that briefly milder air moves in on Sunday, but then some Arctic air arrives into early next week. So high temperatures Monday to Tuesday may not make it above freezing. We're talking about low 30s on Monday, with the wind making it feel even colder. The wind doesn't relax on Tuesday, but it won't be as intense. But temperatures will be a little bit colder, upper 20s and low 30s. But as of now, after the system, the cold front that moves through later Sunday, certainly a dry and brighter trend as we head Monday into Tuesday of next week. All right, so that is the very latest from the First Alert Forecast Center here at WFSB, Channel 3 Eyewitness News. And our next First Alert Weather Extra here on WFSB Plus and on the WFSB YouTube channel will be tomorrow morning with Jill Gilardi, who is in for Scott Haney, who is off for the rest of this week. All right. Meanwhile, I will see you on Eyewitness News at 10 o'clock on the Wax as I'm filling in for Mike Slifer, and then over on Eyewitness News at 11 on Channel 3.